I want to tell you, in life, the number that we claim that they are born entrepreneurs are insignificant, and therefore nobody is born an entrepreneur. It is how you perceive life. It's an individual dream, what you want to be or what you want to become, and how well you plan it, and how well you dedicate your time and execute it. That will make you a different person among colleagues or peers. What my roommate said, I said, go and tell him, the day I move from this apartment, I will not be going into an apartment. I'll go to my own home. And I did exactly that. Moving from 740 178th Street straight to Commonwealth Avenue, 624 Commonwealth Avenue. At the age of 28, 1988, I bought a house, 624 Commonwealth Avenue, $220,000, and I gave a deposit of $69,000. Say you can do it too. And one day, I'll be somebody. Let's forge ahead with unity. And I know with unity, we will win 2028 election. To survive. But here is the case. All these things in no time will be erased. Anyway, it serves a lesson to all of us. And I know for sure that we are not going to take anything for granted anymore. So the young ones, the freshers especially, I want you to know that if you are becoming a TESCON member, you should have confidence and hope that the future is bright. Why do I say that? The gentleman who did the introduction, I identified him in the year 2006 when he was the TESCON president at UCC. And he's still with me. We work together. I also have the following year, a gentleman also sitting there they normally call him Gaji, also was in Kibas, TESCON. That's how I identified him. Again, when you look at the previous government, most of the young men who were ministers were from TESCON. But to my surprise, when I'm going around talking to the youth, you guys were neglected because most of the ministers came from TESCON. But that is not what we are talking about today. But as a leader, I don't have to come here and criticize and condemn anybody. It has happened, and therefore we have to put up a brave face and reorganize the party. And what is happening here today, Agyapong, School of Health, your name will go on records. We are doing a rebirth. A rebirth of TESCON. And the first place it started is Agyapong. I want to assure you that whatever problems you encountered this time, a Chinese character says that the solution for crisis, or the character you use to solve crisis, is the same character you use to create opportunities. And therefore, what is happening today, because of our defeat, there's going to be a lot of opportunities since we are learning and we'll begin to appreciate the laws and correct the wrongs.
So don't let us blame anybody. Let's forge ahead with unity. And I know with unity, we will win 2028 election. Let me cast your mind back to the Second World War in 1941, when Hitler was fighting with the whole world, especially United Kingdom or England. Winston Churchill was approached by his commanders and urged him to make peace with Hitler. Winston Churchill made a famous speech and ended with a quote, "We will not surrender." TESCON, we will not surrender. NPP, we will not surrender. We are going to fight on. And when he retreated after the speech, his commanders went to him. "Why did you say you will not surrender?" And Winston Churchill told them, "Because of history." Because of history. And his explanation to the history is that anytime you drag on and when you have patience with time, situation changes. And when he made that statement to them, 3 weeks later, Japan attacked America, Pearl Harbor. Another 2 weeks later, Hitler attacked Germany. That drew America into the war and helped United Kingdom or England to defeat Hitler. So we are not going to surrender. And the history from 61 parliamentary seats, we got later had 140 seats. It has happened before, and therefore we can reorganize the party with unity. This is not the time for us to accuse anybody. Let's forge ahead, because the people are despair. They need hope, and we have to give them hope. And therefore, we should stop accusing people and let's analyze it carefully why we lost the election. There should be no intimidation. They should allow people to speak their mind, share their experience. And with that, you are going to be the full soldiers. You go around and campaign for NPP to come to power. Ever since we lost, I have never made a comment. This is the first time I am speaking. And I'm speaking to advise that NPP we should have one voice. We should be united. And with unity, we can win 2028 election. So young men and women, have hope, have confidence. When you go back to your rooms, tell other people, other colleagues, that the only party that can save this country is NPP. Let's also admit our mistakes. But we've made a lot of mistakes. We are going to learn from that. But to win power again, we should put our mistakes aside and forge ahead with new approach that will help us emerge in 2028 as party in government. So you should have the joy should be there that you belong to a good political party that shows concern to the ordinary people in society. Yesterday in my hotel, the lights went off more than 8 times. And friends who were there with me when the lights went off, who did not vote for NPP, now are cherishing the work of NPP. Yesterday, in Kumasi, 8 times the light went off. Let's be honest. Did we experience that in 8 years under Kufuor's regime? And in 2 months, just 2 months, it's not even 2 months old. And yesterday the lights went off 8 times. So let's have hope and confidence that we'll be able to do it again. We'll be able to do it again. We are going to use you as disciples of NPP, just as Jesus Christ had his disciples. You are going to propagate the ideas of NPP. You are going to win souls for NPP. Nowadays, I believe that there should be little motivation to encourage you to go out there. But that I promise you that that little motivation, even if the National Party is not ready to do that, I will single-handedly fund TESCON programs. I'm not here to brag, or I'm not here to convince you to do whatever. I am talk and do. So make sure, even if the national executives or the party doesn't have the means to sponsor TESCON program, I will personally sponsor it. You see, Alhaji who spoke, I laughed because he told the truth. Now we are here because we want to come back to power. And according to him, when we were in power, and not him alone, all the TESCON executives that I've met said TESCON is dying because it is not attractive anymore. Yes. Not only financially, but when they invite even party members, party gurus to come and speak to them as they are doing today, when we were in power, we did not get that. And now we are in opposition. You see myself here, former regional minister, former chairman, constituency chairman, all the TESCON former MP chairman, we are all here. So I agree with him. We have to speak the truth once and for all, so that we can heal the wounds. This is not criticism. He is telling us the truth, and we should learn from that. So I believe today, as I said, is the rebirth of the party again. What we started from Agyapong. And for me, your name will go in the national books of NPP. So I'll end here with a quote from Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt, he said, and I quote, "The only limits of our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today." Let's move forward with strong and active faith. I repeat, Roosevelt, FDR, was also American president during the Second World War, just as Winston Churchill in UK. He said, "The only limits of our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today." Let's move forward with strong and active faith. And we are able to do that, we will capture power again.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak to the students. I've had intellectual discussions this afternoon. I'm tempted to do same, but both of the speakers made mention that I will be doing the practical ones. But there are things in common that we have to share, whether it's academic or strictly business. Every individual here, I will share my personal experience with you. But let me do a few academic exercises here. And you see that the 10 questions the professor gave, I'll give you 5 acronyms. The acronyms, and you can answer the 10 questions. It's simply anybody who wants to do business must have a set of goals that he wants to achieve. And to do that, you need to do 5 things. It's called GOSPA. That's the acronym, GOSPA. GOSPA means goals, objectives, strategies, planning, and activities. If you want to be a businessman or entrepreneur, I see my good friend Kwame mixing entrepreneur and a businessman. There's difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. Our professor will tell you. But we are not here to argue. But I want you to get it clear that when you speak English, you are directed. So there's difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. But the 5 things, that's you set goals for yourself. Your goals, you should have objectives. The objectives, you should have strategy. And the strategies, you should have plans, how you plan it. And how you execute it is the activities. Again, there are 7 qualities of a leader, entrepreneur, or a businessman. Those are: 1, every entrepreneur, every businessman should have a vision. What is your vision? You know, Prof said something that I can argue. We are not here to do academic exercise. But I want to tell you, in life, research clearly indicates that the number that we claim that they are born entrepreneurs are insignificant, and therefore nobody is born an entrepreneur. It is how you perceive life. It's an individual dream, what you want to be or what you want to become. And how well you plan it and how well you dedicate your time and execute it, that will make you a different person among colleagues or peers. What are the qualities? The vision and the courage. The courage comes back to what Professor was saying, risk. You should have the courage to take risk. If you have fantastic idea and you are thinking or afraid to invest your savings, then you can never be an entrepreneur. Therefore, you should have courage and take the risk. 3, integrity. Integrity. A successful leader, a successful businessman, a successful entrepreneur has to be honest and sincere in his dealings with everybody. Without that, I'm afraid your business will not thrive. And that is, I will dwell on that when I begin to tell you my life story. Humility is the 4th one. You have to be humble. When you are dealing with your workers, don't be bossy. Get everybody involved. Your relationship with them inspires them and gives them courage to work fervently in your favor. But you get to an institution or organization where the owner of the business have no respect for the workers, that business will not thrive. Although you brought the idea, you are the owner of the business, you have to be humble for your workers to accept you and work with happiness. That will grow your business. Every entrepreneur, every businessman, every leader should have a foresight. Foresight. Any person who has a foresight into a business thinks of the future and can see the future of the business and can make predictions. Because in a competitive world where we are all selling the same product, if you don't think of what is going to happen tomorrow, if you don't have the foresight to envisage what will happen tomorrow, your business will not thrive. Because products come and go. It changes all the time. How are you going to satisfy your customers? So you should have a foresight as to what you are going to do to your business. Then cooperation is the last one. The 7 qualities of a businessman or entrepreneur or a leader is cooperation. It's somehow similar to humility. Anybody who is humble can incorporate all workers, the team from the top to the production line. He can organize them and effect changes and make profit. So these are 7 qualities of an entrepreneur. Then also the gospel that I told you, that you need to set goals for yourself. No, but before I start, share my personal experience with you. Clap for yourself. Students that have traveled far, University of Energy and Natural Resources, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, College of Health, Yamfo, University of Mines and Technology, and Catholic University of Ghana. Clap for yourself again. It tells you you are a dreamer. It tells you you have a foresight. Today, I've performed 2 functions. Agyapong, the politician, at Kintampo, and I'm here, Agyapong, the businessman or the entrepreneur. Combination of both. Why I ask you to clap for yourself is that, 1, you want to better your life. That is why you've come here to listen to me, share experience with you, and if you can also incorporate that into your thinking or your vision. You have colleagues, students who are doing other things which they deem priority to them. But you are here because you want to improve your life. Sorry, forgive me. Sunyang Technical University too is present. Let's clap for them. So we have 6 tertiary institutions here. And I'll say, you are doing the right thing. You know what? You've heard of Agyapong. Agyapong was born into a poor home, a village that was not in the map, Asin Dompim, in Central Region. Those days, to go to secondary school, we call something common entrance. You have to pass before you can go to secondary school, or SHS. A village boy from Asedom, I went to Adisado College. Oh boy, yes. I went to Adisado College, and with my chop box and trunk, that time the road was bad. It was so dusty, prof. So when I got there, you could tell that this guy is a fool. My hair was brown, the eyelash, everything. So one senior looked at me and called me, "Hey, come here." I went to him, and he asked me, "What is your name?" I said, "Kwame Agyapong." "Where are you from?" You know, I did not even say Asin Dompim, because as for Asin Dompim, it's west. So I said, Asin Fosu. He said, "Where is Asin Fosu?" "A foam, a foam." And they were teasing me. In the classroom, you guys are lucky. I went to elementary school, what we call SAR 7. 10 years elementary school before going to secondary school. To make one mini. at the age 16. Meanwhile, this time, I have a daughter who graduated from Johns Hopkins University at the age of 17. And that time, at age 17, I was in secondary form 2. So I was at the back. So any master who comes, like history master, maths, English, whatever, will first introduce himself and ask each of the students to introduce himself as well. So when it gets to me, I'm at the back there because I was tall. I have young boys. Some are 12, 13, 14, and I was 16, so you can imagine. And they were from preparatory school, Morning Star, Association, Radiant Way, Wine. I didn't know. I'm from Asin Dompim, early middle school. So the master will call, yes, the gentleman back there. What is your name? And all the young ones will just turn and look at me and shout, Kwame Agyapong, efumo, efum, anu blofu cheme. They were laughing. But I had a purpose, and I knew why I was there. You know, I couldn't speak Ga well, and still I don't speak Ga well. But this one I understood. You know, you get a Ziat and you visit girlfriend. They had Holy Child, Wesley Girls, Agri mix, National mix, and some will travel as far as Mfansiman to go and chase women. And when they come back, they tell their story, shaking all the body. Today, chicken, 4A, associate mole. And they'll be talking. That time, I'll be washing seniors' clothes. I didn't have a chance. And again, you need a spotless white shirt to go to Holy Child or Wesley Girls to talk to a girl. I was from a poor family. How am I going to get that? So I didn't even bother. And even the English, when you meet the woman, you have to think of what you are going to say. You construct it in your head before you voice out. So I wouldn't bother at all. But we continued, struggling. And here we are today. I can tell you, that poor boy from Asin Dompim, I can proudly say that this time, there is nothing that will go on in Adisado College that I will not be involved. God has done his part. I have also done my part. I'm giving you this background for you to know that all is not lost. There is hope. There is hope. And I said this at Kintampo. A man called Benjamin Franklin said, "Great hopes makes everything possible." Benjamin Franklin said, "Great hopes make everything possible." So you have to challenge yourself. Have hope. Have confidence. Say to yourself, what any man has done, what the white man has done, what Indian has done, I, mention your name, I can also do it. And that's the beginning of your entrepreneurship. When you begin to challenge yourself that all things are possible. And if Mr. A has done it, I, Mr. B, am capable. So you first need confidence, courage, no intimidation whatsoever. But in this world, if you succeed in business, first cardinal principle is hard work. Second, honesty. If you're a hard-working guy, what do I mean by hard work? We're going to complete our education here, and the standard hours for every business is 8 hours. You have a job, and 8 hours, you go home. The salary for 8 hours cannot make you survive with your new girlfriend or boyfriend. So what you have to do is to take another job, second job. If you're going to work another 4 hours, you save that money. So we come to the word savings. Typical example is here. You are here. Parents give you money to come to school. What you have to do is simply live a subsistent life and do not keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses, if you don't understand what I mean by that, is that you might happen now, a poor boy like Agyapong, God has blessed my children. If you see my children wearing Ferragamo or Christian Louboutin, and you say to yourself, that lady is laughing here, Fendi, Chanel, then you also say, oh, because Agyapong's daughter is wearing Ferragamo, I'm also going to buy Ferragamo. That is keeping up with the Joneses. You don't need that. Save your money. And no matter how small your income is, if you are not married and you are working, save 70% of your income. How are you going to do that? Especially, this goes to the women. The women, they always want freedom to get boyfriends. So after college, instead of staying with parents and saving money, because when you go out there, the most expensive thing you're going to do, that takes about 30% of your income is rent. So any lady who will say that I want to go have my room or apartment, you are foregoing 30% savings. Because when you move from your parents' house, you have to cough that 30% to pay your bill. So if you earn 1,000 cedis and your rent is 300, if you are staying with your parents, you don't want them to disrespect you. So at least you come home every month, you give them 100. You save 200 from rent. Now, if you leave home because you have a new job, you leave home, you are going to pay 30%, which is 300. And the rest of the income is 700. How much are you going to save? So it applies to the gentlemen too. I think I should have started with the guys, because they want women. You are in a hurry to get girls. But if you don't save, trust me, if you don't have money, the women will come, they look at where you live, and they put up some attitude. It means you are nothing to write home about. They have to find another man. So you need to stay with parents for at least 5 years and save enough money before you move out. And that savings becomes your capital. A lawyer will tell you, I have my honorable member here, he's also a very good entrepreneur. Honorable Alfred Obin. Maybe he is quiet, I'm loud. That's why you don't hear his name, but he's really good. In life, to succeed in life, the most difficult thing to get is capital. That is why I'm stressing on savings. When you save and you have enough capital, or you have certain amount, you have a dream to establish a factory. Don't go big. Don't go big. Start the business small and grow it. And one day, you ask yourself, am I the same person? Because the first question people ask me, those who don't know me, ask, how did you make it? I told them, savings. I'm here to tell you my story, to encourage you, to inspire you, that you can be somebody. Say to yourself, I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Because if Agyapong, I was hawking on the street. Every vacation, my mother was selling on a table in front of us, Mr. Donko's shop. I'll go and collect some of the items on the board, go around and start shouting, going around. Yes, pick a chocolate, Tatra, Nazet, yes, raw. Yes, pick a chocolate, Tatra, Nazet, yes, raw. So what makes you think you cannot do it? A PK seller. I have Rolls Royce, I have Bentley, I have Maybach, I have all these cars packed. I don't even drive them. You can do it. Say, I can do it. I can do it. But not just saying you can do it, you can do it. A dint of hard work, honesty, ability to save. And when you accumulate capital, some people, Prof was describing, they are afraid to take risk. So the money will be sitting in the bank. Every month when they get their balance, they are so excited. You are not going to do well. You need to take risk and invest the capital. So investment, that's where you take the risk and you are different from other colleagues who are looking at their bank statements every month, thinking they have money. Because they are comfortable to be civil servant for the rest of their lives. And I know those of you here don't want to be civil servants. That's why you are here to listen. You want to be owners of businesses. You want to be CEOs. You want to be captains and giants of industries. That is why you are here. And that makes you an exceptional human being. Clap for yourself. You know, you might not take it seriously, but go back to your dormitories, your homes, and reflect soberly all the nonsense the speakers we have said to you and you see that in real life, it makes a lot of sense. So this is the beginning of your entrepreneurship. The practical experience. As for Prof is giving you the academics, I have a brilliant lawyer also giving it, and they force me only to be practical. But I can also do academic exercise. Because you need to combine both to succeed. But what I'm telling you with my personal experience is not in the books anywhere. To succeed in life, put these things down. This side of the world, when you establish a business, no Jesus Christ anywhere. No family member anywhere. No ebusuapanyini anywhere. If you build your business alongside your family, you are bound to collapse. Our culture, what is different in this side of the world is our culture. Our culture does not help businesses here because when you read books, the entrepreneurship, it tells you the first thing, when it strikes your mind that you have to fire your worker, don't go back, you have to fire him. But this side of the world, they will bring a pastor to come and beg. They will bring your mother, oh, Kwame, ne mame, me nyonko pa, me nene started life. Rubbish. So I'm serious. Because businesses have collapsed because of our culture. You can go to Harvard. You can go to Yale. You can go to any of the Ivy League schools. The culture and the mindset of Ghanaians, our attitude towards work is not taught over there. This you acquire through experience. That is why I'm sharing with you. If you want to be a different person, then please try and do away with culture. What we can do for your family is that you build your business, and when your mother needs money, put her on a salary and pay her just like you pay your workers. Your brother, pay him, same. Leave them out of your business because they will collapse your business, and you that toil to raise capital to establish the business. Anytime there's an issue at home, you are the first to be blamed and not the one who squandered your money. You, the builder, you are always at fault because family members think you are rich and therefore they are entitled. That entitlement is not in the books because a white man doesn't think you are entitled, and therefore if you make a mistake in his business, he's not going to fire you. He'll fire you. So you guys, the culture in this country does not help our businesses. One academic exercise that I forgot, let me go back to it. The challenges of you and all of us as Ghanaians is access to capital. And you are fortunate that Professor has a link to help some of you to get capital. Access to capital is our challenge in this country. Why do I say that? We can equally compete with Indians, Lebanese, Chinese, and every national. But we are not able to do it because they go for loans at a lower rate between 4 to 5% to come and establish business here, whereas we Ghanaians go for a loan at a rate of 35% and up. How can you compete? I just took over a company. So the 7,000 now, first March, I'll add 300 workers to it. I took over a company. They do bottling, sacks, and all those things. I'm going to compete with Indians because they have monopolized that sector. It's okay. It's okay. You can hold it down. They've monopolized that sector because of cheap loans, access to cheap loans. That's why they've dominated our economy. They get reasonable loans between 4 to 5%, come here and establish business. Whereas Ghanaians, we take a loan with interest of 35%. How can you compete with a business or an organization or institution or whatever that has gone for a loan of 5% and yours is 35%? That is why you see a lot of Ghanaians not doing well. And with time, inshallah, one day I'll change it. You know, so access to capital is our challenge that we need to address. Again, to succeed in life, young men, you have to be honest in your dealings. A lot of Ghanaian businesses are also not attracting partners because of dishonesty. Read my lips. I'm not afraid. I'll tell you the truth. Because of dishonesty, Ghanaian businesses are not attracting partners. Partners meaning strategic partners with money that can invest into our business because we are not honest. Prof was telling us about partnership. With my experience, Prof, it's not easy to go into partnership with Ghanaians. They go out there, especially if you are a minority shareholder. The majority shareholder goes out there, oh, Agyapong, or 20% depending, you know, a whole lot of things. It doesn't encourage it. But if you want to succeed in life, on a more serious note, you have to be honest in your dealings. For the past 3 weeks, I've been to Dubai 3 times to strike deals. I'm going to set up an ethanol factory, and the amount involved is about $400 million, and therefore I need partners. I can't do it alone. But Prof, what is self-gratifying is that we are in a global world. You know, what they do well is that before you get there to do or have a meeting with them, they have your profile. They have your profile. And when you sit there, they greet, they do everything, they know everything about you. They know who you are. So if you are not honest and you have duped some investors, it's there. If you are honest, now I've met 5 billionaires, not just a billion. Nobody worth less than $10 billion, and they are willing to do business with me. Why? Because of honesty. I was owing a Chinese guy $5.8 million before election. He was worried. And one Chinese guy in Ghana here told him, as for Ken, he will never take your money. He will pay. And I've paid the money. That goodwill alone is money. When it's out there, black and white, that this man is honest and sincere, everybody is prepared to deal with you. So honesty in life, I call it honesty is success. Honesty is success. If you are honest with whoever you are dealing with, they can start you, maybe they'll be testing you. They give you credit. I'll give you one example. The new company that I bought, the Indian guy deals with 5 companies. I've gone to Dubai to meet 2 of them. The 3rd company was here. And 2 others are coming April to meet me. They were worried that the company is changing hands. But the Indian guy told them, no, that man, he's very honest. And they are happy to deal with me because they give credit of 90 days. I'll use their product for the manufacturing, and 90 days I pay them. And when I even check the cost, I laugh. Say, I can pay you cash. I don't need your credit. You know, I can pay you cash because when I look at, I just laugh. I can pay them cash. But as a good businessman, if I have that credit facility, I have to make good use of it. So, but I'm going to be sincere. So honesty is success. Then when you are investing, it comes to, Prof said, serial entrepreneur. Honestly, this investment, my position was just social entrepreneur. I don't do charity work, but this time, when I entered the floor and saw Ghanaian workers, I just decided to buy it, just to keep the Ghanaian workers. And I've done exactly that. Normally, my business practice, I would have gone through all the books, although I've done that. Because of Ghanaian workers that I saw on the factory floor, factory hands, I just gave 50% of it. No, I gave him 70% of what he's asking for before I even started going into his books. I was not serious, I was not anything. This one was social. But trust me, I will turn it around. So young men and women here, I know the place is hot. I'm talking too much. I would have given you a lot of details. But first thing you need is hard work. Second, savings. Third, the honesty comes before the savings. But savings come before honesty, because if you don't have the savings, you can't do anything. So hard work, savings, capital, investment, honesty. These 5 thematic areas, if you follow it, you excel. You'll be a different person among your peers. You should always have the drive. Ask me, how did you make it? And I'll tell you. Me, my success, I always turn my negatives to be positives or blessing. Because me, I succeeded in life because of women who disappointed me. I don't feel shy, I'll tell you. I had the brains all right. Economics, and girls, they call vacation employment, prof. When they come to my house, they become so disappointed. and they leave. So one day, a girl dogged me, and I told her, Janet, one day I'll be somebody. So I turned my negatives to be positives. And one day, it came to pass. I was in London, British Airways flight. Then I was at the first class. She was at the economy. And between the first class and the economy is the business class. So I didn't see her, honestly, but she saw me. And she wanted to come from the economy, go through business class, and come to first class. And they stopped there. But I didn't know. I came to the business class because I had a lot of friends there to chat. Then I saw somebody waving. I realized it was her. I went to her. Then she said, oh, I wanted to come to first class. And I said, Janet, have you forgotten the story about the rich man and the Lazarus? You are not coming from economy to business. You are jumping business to first class. It never worked. I told you, one day I'll be somebody. So they dogged me, because I was from poor home. I said, I'm never going to be poor again. So I made sure I saved a lot of money. And it's possible. Look, let me tell you, in Germany, I was washing plates at a restaurant, and I had another job at the supermarket, ProMart. When I went to America, I was working at Zaro Bakery. Then I got a job at Gaseteria, filling station, gas station you call. I was able to do the two jobs, Zaro Bakery and Sitco gas station. And the Sitco gas station, I start 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., Monday to Thursday. Then Friday, 10 p.m. till Monday morning. And I was making $285 from gas station and $120 from my main job, which is the bakery. But a combination of the two, a guy with no green card that time, making 400 and change was a lot of money. That time, the Ghanaians who were citizens were working at hotels, Waldorf Astoria, Hilton, and all those things. And sometimes they come back home 8 hours, drinking Old English, Core 45, Budweiser, and all those things. That time when they were drinking Budweiser and all the cold drinks, I was working at the gas station. I saved money, and I bought my first taxi. And that taxi, every day, I saved $100. Every month, I made sure I saved $3,000. That time. Then I'll go and buy another used car, partition it, because if you don't do that, somebody will kill you, bulletproof. Then insurance, everything, $3,000. And I'll give it to another driver and demand $40 a day. In 8 months, in 7 months, I had 8 taxis. Wow. And 7 taxis, they were paying $280 a week, multiply it by 7. And I was saving $100 a day, 30 days, $3,000. That's where I bought my first house for my mother at East Legon, Ambassadoria Enclave. I challenged myself I didn't look back. I didn't say that I was born and bred into a poor home, and therefore it was not possible. I challenged myself and said to myself, it is possible. What any man has done, I, Agyapong, can do it too. And here we are today. So I'm not shy to tell you where I'm coming from. I'm saying this to inspire you that all is not lost. I look at your faces, and you guys are lucky in life because you are very young. I went to Fordham University at the age of 33. And when I was going to Fordham University, I had $1,145,000 in my account. And I have built on it till today. So I'm sharing this with you to encourage you that all things are possible. If you put your mind to it, you put in dedication, commitment, work hard, save money, you can postpone the saving, today's expenditure for tomorrow. Okay? Because that is where I argue with the keeping up with the Joneses, buying this and that. I was staying, this is the last example I'm giving you, in the Bronx. We were 4 gentlemen staying in 1-bedroom apartment. And that 1-bedroom apartment, meaning a living room and a bedroom. In fact, the owner of that apartment is from Dumosia, here. I won't mention because they are very popular. And 4 guys were staying there. But they locked the bedroom because the owner had a water bed. That time it was big, a big deal, water bed in the room. So he didn't allow us to sleep there. So 4 guys were in the living room sleeping in couch there. Then Sundays, Friday evening, the owner of the hotel, his brother, was having about 8 limousines that time, will come to the apartment with a beautiful black American girl. Then they all high, they are on cocaine. So you can imagine when they are having sex, you could hear them. I'm giving you practical experience. You guys think, oh, Agyapong started and that's it. No, I've gone through hell. Then whatever they were doing, you could hear. Sometimes, Prof, you think your colleagues are sleeping, but when the noise going on, one will get up and go to the bathroom. So they all decided to go and rent their place. And listen, because I had 2 jobs, I was paying 50% of the rent for the 3 guys also to pay 50%. When they decided to go and rent their place, they were paying full amount. And meanwhile, I connected them to bakery, the bakery, Zaro Bakery, and they were making 120. Because they want girlfriends, it cost them a lot of money. So freedom is expensive. And these guys, when they left, one guy gossiped and said, oh, Kwame dear, with all what Tommy is doing, he can't move from the place. He's cheap. Meanwhile, the apartment, our neighborhood was far better than where they've gone to rent. But this is what he said. And I told the man who told me what my roommate said. I said, go and tell him, the day I move from this apartment, I will not be going into an apartment. I'll go to my own home. And I did exactly that. Moving from 740 178th Street straight to Commonwealth Avenue, 624 Commonwealth Avenue. At the age of 28, 1988, I bought a house, 624 Commonwealth Avenue, $220,000, and I gave a deposit of $69,000. My house was next to Jennifer Lopez's mother. They were 622 Commonwealth, and I was 624 Commonwealth. You see, those colleagues who left because of women and the partners they want. Today, I have over 200 houses. Sometimes, when I'm going, I have to call my cousin Da Costa to go and show me. Yeah, he knows everything, you know. So I'll go. One day, a doctor wanted to rent my place at Race Junction. I went there about 2 hours. I couldn't find the house. So I had to call Da Costa. See, that poor boy from Asindom, through dint of hard work and seriousness and sacrifices in life, here we are today, sharing my story with intellectuals like you. Say you can do it too. And one day, I'll be somebody. One day, I'll be somebody. Thank you very much.
Makwaba edeba ENJ home deco asye aha yeton inkonya papa ewa hase inkonya leda no wudisi wudemu aye forever and ever just a one kasa wo pese wo sesa inkonya no na leda no de wa wo bana wa wo besom wa hu atim se mi fili leda nan kasa enya de a epa enya de etete enya de a esei ani na de yedi enua aye ne so no endwa ni mu oduye ye papa ehompa ehon sei egu demu a egu ho a chese obi eba besrawa fe eti wani mu ye pa ni nyina so ebo eda from ye pa nkonya ne de emu efe ye se de hu e screen ni so no ye was single once wa ha se ya se bedroom na pese ya audit na ni ahomache wotena se na wa dwendwen wo life ho a eno so ebusu bebre e wa ha se 2 in 1 e wa ha family size de enso e wo a ha se na ENJ home deco enye nkonya kwa ena yeton ye wo center tables nyina so ebi wa ha ye wo side tables enso wa ha ene wo ko wo demu a esisi nchen wo di wo phone bi beto so charge a no so kama center table no so no flowers ni sisu a ana say teddy bear ne da so a fa akono ye pa yeton eye emema shirt designer shirt nkwan so ena yeton wa ha say yeton shirt papa wo betimi edi etukwan shirt a wo betimi edi akọ wedding program bia shirt a wo betimi edi akọ eyi ase shirt a ehyewo a obi hu ose papa yi ana abrante de nani atiye pa because nipa de wipia bonti a ye dressing ne edi hu nipa usu ne wo ban a wo ye eti dressing de ehu hia ye pa eti no fo ani kire ENJ home deco ha say na ba beje shirt papa efa ehyewo a wan kasa wo be feel gbenze within you no na ENJ enye shirt nkwan so ne san so eton wa ha say ye wo wall posters enso e wa ha ebo bedroom ebo ho a fe obi besra wa kono yi a chese eti wanim pa enya go ena midi se de hu screen so se eyefe ani ne bronso ewo form yes anso akwa eye wall clock so e di aba ebo wo ne ho a ene enu ane se time ne so kura na o person time bia wo hwe wo clock no because f design no eye one in town wa wunya bi wo ba bia age se ENJ home deco ha sei yakwa eye bathroom eye me was so di aba eno so no f ye size bia bi wa ha type bia bi wa ha wo ba ENJ home deco ha wonsa ebekam tomato paste ai eduane no aso hu hia wo tonya mari na esiesie wo ho ne wo da mu wi a akase wo bedidi eno so ne adwe wo ho yie pa enti akwa tomato paste eye original one a ne bro eda from enso edi aba wobetini aba betobi yesan so ewe ye cooking oil ye fe no sunflower no yakofa bi so e de aba wonim say sunflower cooking oil de ye quality ye original wo de ye aduane na say we ye mistake bi mpo na de nchi gu mu kwa na bro so a oil no ebe solve mistake ni nyina de ama wanka say bia na do ye no na egusu ejizane na so ye pa eti no for wani chrem ewe ye enje home deco aha no ye wholesale and then retail o pese utu cotton wa ye available o pese oton mako so ye available wakasa wa chichi ni benchenya so na wutimi mba wo frɛ number na etwagu screen na mama comfort e de nyema no be brew e wakasa wo fia wo da ho no wanwa no bete pepe enje e na yaba no ya na yaba no enje home decor na ye di abrochiri abadana
so wo say ye say sem fefefe ye efi Royal Gallery e wo opekuma and into jema me number no ni ndin kita wo die 0537 314546 0537 314546 na man na me de atuja amount no from ma me no ni ndin kita wo die so person ye say wo ba no mfanya na yo fro ana say ye say wo ba no mfanya bibibia e fa na nanom ne ehema asem ho and dem e kan for Royal Gallery e de amount say from no ni omu ndin kita wo die on be say wo ba no so de ye bibi e wo school ana say mpo wo to e de amuna wo nua e wa amunane ana say wankasa wo to na wa ton bibibia la wo biala free delivery baby bia wo won sebeka se wo Ghana ha se wo amunane baby bia wo bia wo fra maami a woni nbedi nkita wo de na wo so be siesie na wo ba no na wa ye feye papa.
The foundation of every kid's education is important to every parent. That is why Leap International School is here to give your kids a solid foundation. The school that cares about its environment and seeks to transform it is one that cares about the education and well-being of its kids. The school has a playing ground, a bus to convey the kids in and out of school, as well as a well-furnished facilities and resources to groom the kids to future leaders. Not forgetting the well-learned teachers that are patient with the kids to ensure understanding is easy. They are located at Amanfrom off the Popasi Amasaman Road. For more information, call 0246 928 031 or 0246 098 067. Be part of a school that leads, learns, evolves, acts, and develops through sound education. Leap International School, the next leaders.
School na batan biara de ne baro ko hono ni yo. Oye Rainbow Montessori International School. Rainbow Montessori International School. What you from Karachi? You see JHS. The Rainbow Montessori International School from ana. What been wrong? What's the what the Montessori curriculum in a syllabus? No what the children are. The teachers who hona. When you know why degree holders what the abutana badoyan what the trauma from anadio. The Rainbow Montessori International School. Wakitaba funyoman what the trauma from anate. It's your mama from an not doing boy wrong. Wakita ultra modern science laboratory, computer laboratory, library and research center, art and sculpture laboratory, hygienic canteen, now for a clinic. Na moye nyika 1 point there. Rainbow Montessori International School. Oye boarding house. Inyo into onfahu baby awo biara. Wawo from an batuma ba school. Onfahu there watakwa. Takrade, Elibo, Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi. One boarding house facilities now. Oye modern standard. Na wa shefu papa. It's your house master and house mistress. What you want to a boarding house no? It's your new Biara, Bambo, another security in the sure. And if we from Anabra, the Ebu Rainbow Montessori International School, it was Takwa in Soyem, opposite police station. It is said Obaba Rainbow Montessori International School. To what you nada? Was an Wabat Shana the Papa, Emanazamsna, what channel 111. It's a quad mission form. It was Hantaman Rabank, Watakwa Soyem branch, Frayane 0277 100 823. Rainbow Montessori International School. In Moframa Wanda China won't fap him. Osasuaha. It's a Hana Barton Biara, Odinamo from a river.
ALK Guest House and Event Centre, nestled in the serene town of Efiduase Koforidua in the eastern region. So buckle up, because this place is a blend of comfort and local charm that you won't want to miss. First off, let's talk accommodations, because after a long day of exploring, a cozy bed is exactly what you need. JLK Guest House offers a variety of rooms, from luxurious executive suites to comfortable standard rooms. Each room showcases a blend of modern amenities and traditional aesthetics, perfect for both relaxation and getting a taste of local culture. Feeling hungry? the on-site restaurant will tantalize your taste buds with both international and local cuisines. Imagine enjoying a plate of steaming hot jollof rice or sinking your teeth into some freshly grilled tilapia, all while soaking in the vibrant atmosphere of Ghana. Now, let's not forget the conference hall and event center, which can hold up to 250 people. Whether it's a high-powered business meeting or a lavish wedding, this space is equipped to handle it all, ensuring every event is as seamless as it is memorable. And guess what? The real magic of JLK isn't just in its facilities, but in the warmth of the staff. Here, everyone is treated like family, so whether you're a first-timer or a frequent visitor, you'll leave feeling like part of the community. So whether you're looking for a peaceful retreat after a day of adventure, a spot for your next big event, or just a cozy corner to enjoy a meal, JLK Guest House and Event Center in Efiduase is your go-to destination. Trust me, it's not just a stay, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, bring your adventurous spirit, and let's make some unforgettable memories at JLK